about that, guys. It seems our stream lost connection. So you should, I'll be sending the link out very soon, so hopefully that will be redistributed. Thank you very much, YouTube. That's really, really helpful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly try and find that link for everybody and send that out. But in the meantime, it's going to be ART Zino leading them away from pole position. I'll try and present you this as best I can as everybody gets underway. It's not going to be easy, but we do start now with ART Zino there. But Racer Brown is up the inside line and does have the inside into turn 1. Will Skyjacker follow him through? It's hard to tell. Zino will hang it around the outside of turn 1 and keep P1 as they head through the bottom of the centre S's. Fantastic drive there and great fair racing from these two. And Zino will lead 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like. VRC drivers down to turn 1. As he holds a tight inside line, you can see a swarm of yellow cars. Racer Brown going fairly wide there. Maybe a little bit of conflict there between Guesty and Simos. He's about to be swarmed by 2 angry Aston Martins. But for the time being, we do have ART in the lead, but a big VRC group in the middle there. I do apologise for this, I'm just trying to get the second stream available. Oh goodness me, this is really, really annoying. Of course it had to go down on me there. Let's see how the race is getting on now. We're going to jump back on as we see here. I hope that England has left room to maybe he's had disconnection. We see Simo there up the inside of Guesty taking P4, and it looks like RT Ranger is going to try and follow him through on the inside, which he does. Lankster is only 3 tenths back as well. If we look back from there, will Lankster have him into turn 1? He won't. I don't think Ranger's going to hold off Guesty there. Lankster looking around the outside, and that is an excellent move if he makes it work. He may exceed the track limits, they'll have to see, but ART Lankster should then have a much better run down the inside into the straightaway, but he's not passed him yet. Is there a chance with the slip ring? You see Ryan Badgino and VRC Koi Cup lurking in the background. Ryan will not make a move on Lankster, of course, being sixth, but maybe give him a little bump through as they head down towards the second sector. Ryan's Badgino P, they're trying to hold off the Koi Cup from Lankster, trying to hold him wide there as we watch this on board from Lankster's point of view. And will Beard now get the inside of Koi Cup? Maybe not, but Ryan's Badgino keeping it honest on the outside. Can Koi Cup cut back to the inside? No, I don't think so. As we can see there, Ryan's Bad is now up the inside of Koi Cup, which is excellent. That is another ART driver up into the high positions. We'll get back aboard to Zim in the meantime. Again, I apologise for the disruption there. For some reason, our stream did go down, but I think we're now finally recovering our viewers, which is fantastic. So our current running order as they head over the timing line for the start of lap 3. We have ART Zino out in front, about a second up there on VRC Skyjacker, who has made an ascendancy on the super soft tyres, but how long will it last for? He's 1.4 seconds ahead of RS Binko. We've then got ART Simo in P4. Urban Fire saying, good start Zino, let's go. I would hope so, as Ranger flies up into P5, which is fantastic for him as well. We've got Guesty in P6, chased down by Lankster in P7. Then a very close battle here between Ryan and Koikart for P8. And Beardy is just lurking in the background there as well in P10. Further down the road, we have Digital Blasphemy and Timpro looking to have a go here. We're going to ride on board, if I can get the camera facing that way, with ART Timpro. Digital Blasphemy defending on the right-hand side. Timpro looking around the outside on the left, but no space there. We're going for a cutback on Blasphemy. I don't think he's going to have that on. He's going to balance that throttle and park that bus as they head through into Sector 2. Maybe a little bit deep there from both drivers. but we'll have to see how they do now. We've got some more cheering for Zeno in the comments from Urban Fire and from Madleaf. Lovely to see some support for the ART drivers. Of course, if you're watching VRC, as Digital Blasphemy is very wide there and has managed to spin on the outside. Let's see if we can get another look at that one. What exactly has happened there? But right on the board with Digital Blasphemy, we can see he's got Timpo quite far away. As he touched the grass, like he's just touched the grass there, lost traction and is facing the wrong way, similar to Alex Albon a couple of years ago. So we're going to jump back to the front there from the start of lap 4. Zeno leads by 1.2 seconds. VRC Skyjacker in second, Binko third, Zeno 2 seconds down the road in fourth, Break Formation Ranger in fifth, Getty sixth, Lancaster seventh, Ryan's Badgino in eighth, right on the bumper of Lancaster there, trying to hold up Koikarp, but Koikarp in turn trying to defend from ART Beardy. So we're going to see now if he can escape from the bearded one, and he is stretching his lead as they head out of the centre S's, and he will get to that 7/10, moving across to break the slipstream as much as he can before they head into the braking zone. Or should I say maybe I'm going to move on the inside of Ryan's bag if I had a camera racing that way. Ryan is a little bit skiddy on the outside. That will put Koikarp up into the lead, a tiny bit of door banging, but they seem to be right for the time being. Will Ryan keep the inside though for the double right-hander here at La Regina? He's still on the inside. Koikarp is very wide, and Ryan should have that thrown up. Is Beardy going to follow him through? Let's have a look. We'll run aboard there with Beardy. No, he's not managed to make any gains there on Koikarp, but will he have a good run out there into the pattern, deep of the pattern? We'll have to see. He's going to go wide, maybe hope for that cutback heading down through Magruder, but of course, very hard to overtake at this off camber, very difficult left-hander here at Interlagos. Beardy have to sit back then in the slipstream. Maybe if Ryan can back him up ever so slightly to give him a much better run up the hill. We'll have to have a look. We've got there Josh Wilson. Come on, amigos. Nice to have some more support in there. Again, if anyone, please, while I'm doing this, can share the link to the VRC Discord or to anyone that's involved with them, please do. Because I do feel really bad the stream went down for whatever reason. And of course, you want to have as many people watching this as you can from both teams. It's fantastic. I'm not too sure if that was a bit of contact on Netco there. Koikarp does seem to be a little bit skittish as he heads through the centre S's, but looks like nothing doing for the time being. As I said, we've got 10 of you watching now. Thank you for tuning in. We're on lap 5 of our 40-minute race here at Interlagos. Urban Fire, you shared to the VRC Discord. Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. Hopefully they'll be back in the chat very soon. They will be happy to know they've got 4 guys up in the top, 3 guys in the top 4. We check back on that battle at the front. Oh, we can see there Simo. I guess there's only 2 guys in the top 4. As Guesty has dropped back there behind Ranger, of course. But how far behind? Not far at all. We'll ride on board then with Guesty as he follows ART Ranger through Sector 2. You can see that on the medium side, right at the same level of grip as Ranger, who I believe is on the soft, yes he is. But of course he'll have the 4-wheel drive traction out of these corners. Ranger's a little bit deep through the big of the plateau there, and I might compromise him heading down towards the final sector. But we will have to see as they run up the hill now. We can see here, I think Guesty's going to have a great run on Ranger up the hill. Fire Ranger, I'll be moving to that left and defending that inside line, because that GTR will get fairly understeery should it be forced to make the long way around. If I just look at my comments as well and see what's going on, there we go. You move to the inside, Ranger giving the inside. We've left that door open for him. Not sure if that's what I would do, but maybe Ranger knows something I don't. Guesty does move through there into P5. Ranger will have to sit back for the time being as they head down to the Retro Aposta. We check back through the grid, let's see how the rest of our drivers are doing. Ranger has eked out almost 3 seconds to ART Lancaster, but as we know, he's on the medium tide. Maybe he's got a different game plan there. I think Ryan's back, bumping him along in P7 late respectively. Nice to see some teamwork here on track. We've got Koikarp there in P9. Still got Beardy on his heels as he has Racer Brown up behind him as well, but just out of slipstream range, fortunately for him. There's Racer Brown in P11. About 3 seconds up there on Tim Pro, and at the back is Digital Blasphemy after his unfortunate excursion into the grass. We've got DM Charles saying, good going fellas. Nice to have you in the comments here, Charles. Thanks for getting on board. and showing his support for whoever's on track today. Zeno still extending his lead there, 2.3 seconds now over Skyjack as he comes around through Drusal and up the hill. 3 seconds back there to Binko. Zeno in fourth there. Guesty is sneaking into the frame now, but he still has Ranger hot on his heels. We're going to jump back on with Ranger, see if Ranger can do to Guesty what Guesty did to him only a lap earlier. You can see here in the Aston Martin, nice and tight up on that slipstream. Guesty moving left to try and break the toe, and now less than 10 minutes. Ranger now moves to the outside. Guesty is going to make it hard for him, but theoretically, with that rear engine front wheel drive, you should have a little bit less understeer. Ranger is later on the brakes, but has he got the move done around the outside? Can he keep it? He will indeed. Excellent move there by ART Ranger. I don't think it's finished yet though, as Guesty is almost pushing him down the Retta Aposta in towards the Cedar de Lago. And will he make a move back? Ranger blocking the middle of the track. He can choose his line as he hits the braking zone, and Guesty has to sit behind for time being, although he is a little bit deep and maybe a little bump there, but I think Guesty is lifted off to make sure we have some fair play. We love to see that. Let's have a quick look. All running ball with Guesty. Was there a bump there? Was there a lift? I think there might well have been just a little bit of a bump in the braking zone, maybe. Yeah, I think there was just at the apex there, but you see in there he's lifted up on the throttle trace. Thank you, Guesty. We all appreciate some fair play racing here. Scott Madonna saying it's a good battle. That was a good battle, but it is not over. I think we'll check back in with these two as they head up onto the straight. I'm sure we'll see another overtake very soon. However, you can see this train behind us there, led by ART Langster, as Koikop has made his way past Riley's bag, and we've got Racer Brown hot on his heels as well. We'll jump on board there with Racer Brown. Will he be trying to do a Guesty and overtake Aston Martin with the slipstream up the hill? Riley's bag defending, slightly compromised line, but does get the power down efficiently there, and he's still in the slipstream, crucially. Turf says these guys are always fighting on track, lol. Well, of course, we love to see some battling on track. Fantastic stuff. Let's see though. Ranger is ahead of Guesty. Guesty looks like he's not stuck with him, so maybe there was maybe a little bit of a slide or something, another little tap in the braking area, but it looks like area are good for the time being. We can see that if you look on the track map on the top there, Zeno really is extending his lead, pushing very hard. In fact, his lead is 3 seconds now, so he is putting the hammer down to Skyjacker in second place. We can then see Binko. Simo, he's fallen off that top 3 a little bit, but maybe he's trying to play the long game. You can see there, just a little flash of red there. We'll jump back on board with Simo as he goes into that corner. Check his braking on the left, bottom left of your screen there. A little bit of a lock-up on the front right, so maybe some brake bias adjustments could be made there. Maybe he's got to be a little bit careful with his braking and turning. He says front tyres are starting to get very sore. Rangers, meanwhile, are looking very good, so maybe he's got some more brake bias to the rear. Of course, will help save those front tyres for turning, and even more so in the GTR, which has got power going through all 4 wheels. We compare that to the mediums on Guesty, which are about the same. So if anything, I'd say Ranger's doing a fantastic job looking after those tyres. Real credit to him. Speaking of tyre saving expert, there will be this man, ART Langster, on the medium tyres, looking barely used. They might do another 3 races on themselves, I think. And Willie D in the chat, they're saying long game time. It might well be. Langster is a fan of long game, and I wouldn't be surprised if anyone here is considering maybe a quick 1-stop as opposed to a 2-stop. It will be this man. Has pulled away from Koikop, but I can see a little tussle going on there, I think, between Koikop and Cuzzy. Ryan is bad. The jump on board there is around the outside. Maybe he had the slipstream, but not quite the run around the outside. This is going to be very close, heading into turn 1. Let's see, both braking just shy of the 50 board. A bit later there from Koikop. He'll hold Ryan to the outside, and no moves yet, but of course we know that there's plenty of straightaway coming up next for Ryan to make a move, and let's see how he fares against Koikop. So he's definitely touching that slipstream. All 3 drivers behind there are definitely touching that slipstream. Is Ryan going to make a move? He moves to the left, maybe a little fake touch back in there behind Koikop. A little bit wide again. Racer Brown, look at the inside. Let's see if he's got a chance to get past there. On his soft tyres, not quite. They are always bumper to bumper. A little bit of wheel banging going on there, but no way past for Racer Brown. Also, a little tap there from Ryan as well. I'm really trying to lift off there, but also Racer Brown wants to get through, and he's really kind of forced his way through there. So look, everyone's driving everywhere now. Let's have a quick look what happened there. We ride on board there with Ryan is bad. We'll jump onto the bonnet cam, or the roof cam I think. Maybe just a slight nudge there on Koi Carp. And he maybe, I've seen he's lifted off and not realised Racer Brown is right up on him there. As you can't quite see, maybe a bit of net code, but you can see here, definitely a bit of a bump there as he's asked to make way. We got VRC Turf there saying, come on VRC, don't want to disappoint. Mama Homesick's angry. Well, Mama Homesick now wants to get a move on. And Skyjacker getting with those super soft tyres, you can see they've got about a third worn on the front there. So he is the first of our drivers to hit the pits with 25 minutes remaining. Well, it seems to be quite a lengthy stop as well with 33% fuel. He is nowhere near going the distance for the time being. And this should put him to the back of the grid, barring a bit of splashing. Although we have Koi Carp in the pits as well, so maybe trying to get out some traffic there. We can see there Skyjacker filling up too as he's about to leave the pit. He's putting in a full tank of fuel and medium tyres. This should be a much longer stint from Skyjacker. This will release Zeno though with an 8.2 second lead here as he heads into the third sector. Binko in second place, promoted Simo up to third place there. Jack Lewis saying, come on Dad, please let us know who Dad is. Of course we'll give him a shout out on the stream. Who is Dad? We've got Simo in third, we've got Ranger in fourth and Guesty again right up on him. These two definitely know how to have a good fight. We'll ride on board one more time I think with Guesty as he's right on the back of that Aston there. Ranger having to really make that booty extra wide, but he's missed the apex ever so slightly. Guesty gaining on him by a couple hundredths as they head down through Junsal. Ranger has missed the apex, can Guesty keep it tight? He does just about avoid contact, but that will give Ranger a little bit more leeway for momentum up the hill. But they will be side by side as they get up there. Zeno now pits with 20% fuel. And Timpro's your dad. Well, come on, Timpro, get on the top 8 at least. Ranger will pull ahead there from Guesty, so maybe leaving that space has just given the momentum he needs. Ranger though, trying to keep him at bay as they head into the braking zone. Who is the last of the late breakers? I think it was Guesty, but he's gone a little bit too deep there. He's going for that cutback apex. Ranger has seen it though and kept him honest. And we can see that Ranger, I think with all his battling, is still closing in on Simo. So Simo must be having to save something, or maybe his tyres are gone. But either way, they're definitely having to force Ranger to the inside defending as they head down towards the turn 4. A little bit of bump and grind there on the pair of them, but still some clean racing as Ranger manages to slow him up yet again. So maybe some tactical driving here to try and get a more of a leeway to Zeno. As we head back down the track there, we've got Racer Brown and Langston now going side by side. So this will be another battle I think we'll stick on board with. As Langston's behind, we'll sit on board with him, right on the diffuser of that GTR. Of course, put in your comments, guys, if you could have one of these cars in real life, would you go for that V8 Vantage, or would you go for that, big V6 GTR? Let me know what you think, guys. Urban Fire saying a Sergio Ranger, or maybe a Checo Ranger, I think. Defending for his life there. Racer Brown putting his pedal to the metal there on the apex. We see Ranger, Langston, sorry, not too concerned, I don't think. Hock is there saying that Aston all the way. Also, best of British, why not? Langston, they're going fairly wide on that last corner actually, maybe risking a little bit of dirt on his tyres, but he's still fortunately in the slipstream of Racer Brown, and maybe Langston, if he is going for that one stop, is happy just to sit behind him, leech off on the slipstream, save some fuel, and manage the race from there. As we see our 3rd, 4th and 5th place drivers sitting with about a quarter tank of fuel there. But Langston's still just about better than them on the fuel, but will this take him towards that halfway point in the race? I think it will, and maybe a set of soft tyres will see him through from there. So as we head on to lap 12 of what can only assume might be about maybe 26, we'll have to see there. We've got Binko up in P1, 10.2 seconds up there on Racer Brown in 2nd, you know, being pursued by Langston in 3rd and Ryan in 4th. Beardy's now, I think that's 5th place. Timpro into 6th. So there's Daddy Lewis. Let's hope he gets a move on. We've got Digital Blasphemy there in 7th, trying to make his recovery after his earlier escapade in the grass. We've got Skyjacker in 8th. Zeno, who I believe will be our provisional leader following all the pit stops. We have Koi Carp in 10th, and Simo, who is just leading the pits, I don't think he's just a nip ahead of him. Let's have a look. Simo joins the track with Ranger behind him. They are both very much ahead of Koi Kart, which will be good news for the Amigos. We'll jump back to our battle, I believe, which is for 3rd place there, or that's 4th. There's 3rd place, as Langston is still chasing down that GTR of Racer Brown. Let's see if we can get the cockpit cam. There's the cockpit cam. But I'm not too sure why they don't put the digital driver's display over the dashboard in the V8 Advantage. It's always confusing. And also, the backwards rev counter. Now, I've driven one of these V8 Advantages at a track day, and that rev counter just perplexes me. I don't understand it at all. But I think it's a good idea back then. As Langston's a little bit wide there into turn 1. But managing to cut back on turn 2 and make it out of the curve of the fall. So Racer Brown and Binko are pitting from the lead, promoting Langston up into 1st place. We can see that Ryan is bad, 2 seconds down the road there, and Beardy just sat in his slipstream in 3rd place. Are we going to see a one-stop from these Amigos here? I don't think they have pitted yet. I believe neither has Tim Pro. So 4 Amigos out front for the time being who are yet to pit, as is Digital Blasphemy. We know that Skyjacker pitted earlier, so I believe he's got the undercut on Zino for the time being, but Zino, I think, is going to be reeling him in at some point soon. He's still on medium tyres, but has a little bit more fuel, so he's got a little bit more of an allowance to push, I think. So I have to check out with Zino at some point soon, as hopefully the race falls back towards him. Of course, I say hopefully, being the ART guy, but I'll try and be as impartial as I can. Everybody, I know we've got the VRC gentlemen in here as well, ladies and gentlemen, and whoever else. So we've got Dexter again trying to push Ranger on. If you're looking for Ranger, he is down in 11th place, sat behind Simo, but of course being teammates, let's not see too much infighting for the time being. Let's see, I can't see on that track, I feel Langston's gone in the pits here. I think he's staying out for as long as he can, as I believe are the top 4 drivers in fact. So we've still got nobody budging in the pits for the time being. We are 20 minutes through, or 18 minutes, or 11 minutes left I should say. So we're still yet to see some strategies unfold. Has anybody pitted too early and want to go again? Will the tyres be absolutely ruined by the time they get to the end of the race? It's still anyone's game. We're still waiting to see, I think he's in 7th place. I say it's Blasphemy Pits. He's now in 6th place. No, make that, yep, 6th place. He's already gained about half a second here on Skyjacker, having looked at him last about a lap ago. So we can see now we're right on board there with Zino as he pursues what will be the effective race lead. So heading down the rest of the course there, you can see probably about to hit 145 when I hit the brakes. It's like 142. We've got there, so he said Hock is one of the Aston. Mike in the comments as well, Daddy Mike, he's an Aston boy as well. I mean, if I think of my maybe controversial opinion, I think I would go for the GTR at the end of the day. How many people are going to smoke at the traffic lights in a GTR? You're going to smoke all of them. I suppose I'm a bit of a Fast and Furious fanboy, but crucify me later. We've got a race in our hands. Zino is now 6/10, so he's halved that gap within 1 sector now to Skyjacker. So hopefully, or say hopefully, possibly, he is starting to feel the pressure as the Aston Martin reels in that black, white and orange GTR. We've got OFI saying definitely GTR. We've got Dexter in the chat there cheering on Man United. Unfortunately we've got no Man United, but we do have someone with red and white up the hill here, and that is ART Zino. Tim Pro picks with 1% of fuel. Here's the Greta Thunberg Award for this evening. Lace tune on the Amigos. Urban saving Aston Martin is a Mondeo on crack. Well, of course, I'll get into the history lesson later, but as Zino makes a move around the outside. Is there a late brake on the outside here on for Zino? He's very late on the brakes. He is around the outside. Can he stick it? Well, not quite, but very bold. If Skyjacker wasn't sure he was there before, he knows he's there now. Only 2 tenths in it as they head back down the Retro Costa. Skyjacker straight to the inside to try and defend from the Dutchman. just like last time, the British driver tried to defend from a Dutchman. It didn't end particularly well, but I'm sure we're going to see a better result here. Zeno still stuck with him nose to tail. As they both seem to start closing on that lead pack again. Those front three drivers still yet to pit there. So we'll have to see what their strategy is once they jump into the pits, which I can only assume has got to be some point soon. We look quickly maybe at their fuel and tyres. Lankster's mediums are still looking very good, but he will have to pit very soon for fuel. As will Beardy, who's got the flashing red light of death, and Ryan as well. So I'm sure we'll see these two amigos in the pits imminently. We head back to this battle there with Skyjacker Zeno. Skyjacker running a little wide there. We'll jump back to Zeno as he looks for a move on the outside of Skyjacker. That's a very bold move there. A little bit of door bang, a little bit of grass on the outside. Zeno looked for the cutback, but Skyjacker very cleverly blocks off the apex. Zeno has to run wide, but he should have the traction and the power up the hill. Let's jump back outside and see this amazing fight as our front three are now in the pits and will surely be overtaken by this lead pair. Let's have a look. Zeno again ducking out of the slipstream now to the outside. Skyjacker trying to keep him as far wide as possible. Is Zeno going to go around the outside one more time? Let's have a look. He's again, I think, slightly later on the brakes, still making himself known, but Skyjacker again very cleverly positioning that GTR where Zeno cannot get a look in. But now Lankster's leaving the pits there, 68% of fuel. We'll see him in the midfield pack fairly soon, I'm sure. You know, still trying to get past Skyjacker, but no dice for the time being. An excellent battle between these two, I must say so myself. Goodness me, I want it to be over. I'm doing my little Ford Aston Martin history thing, but it's just not getting done. We'll check back for just a second as Binko finds herself 2.5 seconds off this battle, 3 and a bit seconds down to Guesty. We then got Simo in 6th, Lankster 6th. We've got Ranger trying to hold off Racer Brown in 7th place. Racer Brown just got his nose up the inside there, but Ranger should keep the outside line, which will become the inside for the double apex. He's on the medium tyres, as is Racer Brown, so they're both fairly evenly matched, at least resources-wise. A little bit of bumping from Racer Brown, but Ranger will keep him in line for the time being. Zeno has just made a move, I think, on Skyjacker there, but not for a long time there. Skyjacker keeps that inside line. Zeno hurtling around the outside. He's not going to make it stick around there, surely. He doesn't, but he does go for the cutback. Skyjacker off into the grass. Zeno waving his red cape like the bullfighter he is, and with an ole finds himself in position 1. Will he keep it down the straight though? Skyjacker with those dirty tyres and that last run off the corner is losing time, and it might well be about 0.6 of a second by the time they get down to the first corner. Zeno now needs to pull away as fast as he can from the VRC boys in 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Skyjacker missing that apex, maybe he's still got some dirty tyres, misses in a chance to escape. He's now breaking the slipstream, and a fantastic job he's done of it. Let's see if we can get another look. Oh, I can't go back far enough, I'm afraid, maybe not. But wow, some hectic driving there. Some Urban 5 very quickly. Aston Martin's one day, one crack. As I'm sure you may know, but we check out the Aston Martin here. You know that many Fords, Fiestas, Focuses, Mondeos using that Aston Martin grille. For a very short time, Ford did own Aston Martin, and I believe one of their chief designers, purposed this grille for their cars. And since then, once Ford sold Aston Martin, I've been using their designs without telling them so. I'm sure Aston Martin have noticed, but they can't really say anything. I suppose it's intellectual property and all that. Anyway, speaking of property, P1 is currently the property of ART Zeno, having just taken it off of Skyjacker, who is still trying to hunt down in P2. We've got Binko's closing in on in P3, and only another second half back there is Guesty in P4. Lankster, as we know, starting in about 9th place, or 10th place I think it was, didn't have the best qualifying, but has done very well to make amends up into P5, and hopefully now we'll see him push a little harder. As you see there already, he's half a second up, so clearly saving his efforts for the second stint here. He's got Simo in 6th place, so he's made a tactical switch somewhere. We've got Racer Brown in 7th, ART Ranger in 8th, Ryan Badgino in 9th, and Beardy in 10th place. So we've got 3 amigos here that need to be making some gains. We've got Quick Up 6 seconds down the road. Another 6 seconds down from him is Tim Pro, who is just about breaking away from Digital Blasphemy in 13th and last place. Lay's saying amazing stuff there, he really is having a cracking race today. So fair and clean battling from both ART and VRC drivers in his first race. We hope to see some more of this later as well. Jovo Zino, user beast. Well, we better not get him too excited. Of course, the curse of the commentator can kick in at any moment. We're all aware of that. So let's see if we've got any more battling going on as we head through the pack. So everyone seems to be calming down just a little bit. We can't see any real fighting for the time being. We're right on board with Ryan's badge, for a little while, as we can see there. Racer Brown just nipping at the heels there of Simo. Might be worth actually jumping on through the back of Ranger, I think, instead. As this battle unfolds for P6. Zino on the grass there. Will Racer Brown have a look at the inside? Maybe Zino hard on the brakes, defending very tightly. We'll jump forward one more car then to Racer Brown as he pursues Simo through the Mergullo corner and down to Junsal. Simo again a little bit rigged on the outside, defending that middle line that will compromise his exit. Racer Brown flat on the throttle there through the apex, cuts to the inside, and Zimo. The English one will have to let him through on the inside, I believe, as they're now side by side down the home straight. Simo still trying to keep it tidy on the outside. They are neck and neck, side by side, door to door, like a postman is delivering. But Racer Brown, I think, will take the inside into turn one. So just trying to keep on the outside like Zino would, but he's not made it 6 time being. A good turn two though, and through the curve of the soul, Simo might yet have something to give. Let's look back from Racer Brown there. It's Simo 6 on Racer Brown moving tight to the inside to avoid giving him any more help down the Retta Posta. Simo braking late, looking for maybe a tighter apex, trying to keep Racer Brown wide, but no luck there. He's got to do up the inside though. Is there a move down into the double right-hander at Lower Junior? I don't think so. It is neck and neck. Simo's still on the outside there, but to no avail. He's going to have a look at the inside instead. No dice there. Racer Brown, very good defending there, keeping P6. Of course, this battling should bring the other Amigos behind him into the fight. You can see there we've got Beardy, Ryan and Ranger all waiting for a mistake, for a missed apex, for a spin, for a dodgy braking zone. That's what we see one there from Ryan is bad. Which just to be enough to give us another 3 or 4 places, I should say, to the Amigos drivers, but no luck yet. For we know, we've got to make sure that Simo isn't the cork in the bottle holding up his teammates. I'm sure there'll be some dialogue in the party chat, maybe a tactical switch if they find they're not getting any luck. Where they are having luck, though, as we say, in P1, ART Zeno running away with a 3.4 second lead there from RS Bimco in second place. He's 1 second up on his VRC teammate Guesty, who's just about 8/10 up on Skyjacker in 4th. We've got Lankster in 5th, trying to close him down, but with 7.5 minutes left, I'm not too sure there's going to be much chance for him to get that 4th spot. We have White Tiger in the comments saying, evening White Tiger, hope you're well. And Lays, for me, thank you Lays. Racer Brown in 6th, having kept Simo at bay for the time being. Simo still 5 tenths behind, so he's well in that slipstream, as is Beardy to Simo. So we really could see some positions changing hands in the next few corners if the Amigos keep it tidy, or if the VRC boys will pull away. We'll have to see in the next few minutes. Looks like things are starting to settle down a bit now, but I think these Aston Martins will start showing their hand in the late game as the tyre comes in on the GTRs. However, Simo there showing his tyre is coming in a little bit earlier than others. I think those front tyres are looking pretty worn indeed. Check Beardy's by comparison on the softer tyre, he's just got more to give, and I think if I was Simo, I might consider letting him go up the hill. Say don't lose a chance of getting past Racer Brown. I'm sure Simo will let him go. Ryan Baker going for another interesting driving line there up the hill. Either way though, he's got a second in hand to ART Ranger. Boydkarp just heading down towards Junstal there, and Tim Pro just lurking in the background there, 1.3 seconds behind, but he's got much better tyres and much more fuel. So if we don't see a move from Tim Pro in the next 6 minutes, I will be shocked. He is, however, leaking a little bit of time to digital blasphemy, I think. Only 1.9 seconds away himself, so he might have to start looking in his rear view mirrors at some point soon as well. We're going to jump back to that battle though for 6th place. We see that Simo has let Beardley go. So maybe it's time for someone else to take up the mantle and try and grab P. Steve, or P. Tidgeny, as it might be known in the YouTube community. Beardley there going purple to the first sector. 1/1500th of a second up on Jimmy Zino's fastest time. He has just lost touch though to Racer Brown's slipstream. So if you can't make any inroads on him in the middle sector, it may well be for Racer Brown to lose P6 rather than Beardy to gain it. He has had a great run through La Regina and back in the slipstream there, so maybe these Aston Martins are doing a bit wet with pressure on the tyres. We know Beardy on the softer tyre, Racer Brown on the medium, so this middle sector really will fall into the hands of the British car. So again, another 2/10 they're taken out of Racer Brown by ART Beardy. We'll jump on board then with Beardy as he follows him through. We'll see again later on the brakes, a little nip of the grass line settling that rear of the Aston Martin, but back on the power. Again, that four-wheel drive traction, monstrous, especially up the hill. Racer Brown pulling straight back out that slipstream, eking out another 10th gap there to Beardy and pulling tight to the left to try and stop any more help up the hill with the slipstream. He's dropped Simo though by 2 seconds already, so Simo really not having a good time on those medium tyres. As we see Ryan is bad there, getting past Simo as well on the inside for P8. So maybe Simo got to be a little bit gentle on his tyres, especially in the second race tonight. We jump back though, I can see some very closely looked arrows there, and it looks like Timpro is trying to make his move there on Koikart, but Digital Blasphemy is there in the background. We jump aboard with Blasphemy as he tries to get past Timpro on the outside, make that the inside, but Blasphemy has nowhere to go for the time being. Let's see how this unfolds to these three drivers. Who'd have thought nothing at the front but a battle for last? Only here at Amigos Racing Team, of course, with the help of the Virtual Racers Club. And their link to their channel is in the description as Timpro goes around the outside, very brave, but very wide, as is Blasphemy, lifting off there to avoid the track limit penalties, I think. Timpro and Blasphemy settling back down into their positions. But as I was going to say, though, if you do want to check out Virtual Racers Club, I have included a link to their YouTube channel in the description below. Of course, their commentator thingamajig, as I said before, out for tonight, unwell. Do wish him the best, and some of his work is really what got me into commentary. Of course, alongside the late great Murray Walker, who needs no introduction. And we've got Scott McDonald in the chat there saying that Zino Verstappen. Well, he is definitely the Flying Dutchman tonight, at least in the first race. We'll have to see how he fares for the second half of tonight's event. Timpro there, getting a little bit feisty with Koikart, but he's up the inside. We'll have to double check that one in a moment, I think. So there's a little bit of shiftiness going on there. Blasphemy and Koikart going side by side, and I think Koikart is now going to let him go up the hill. We'll have a quick check there, as they'll be right on board there with Timpro very quickly. I think I'll just probably going to overtake him up the hill. And so he's just trying to get past Koikart, trying to block off that move, but Timpro was already there. So it's not really much, I think, in that. Maybe just a little bit of a racing nudge and an incident there. But Timpro has kept it down the centre S's through the curve of the soul, and hopefully will keep P11 from Blasphemy. But Blasphemy still in that slipstream. Is there a late lunge to be made as they head down to the Cedars of Lager? We've probably only got about 2 laps left here at Interlagos. Timpro again late on the brakes, keeping Blasphemy at bay. Our running order for the time being. We've got Brad cheering on Timo, give it some beans. Fire. Yes, Tim, great driving. I think it was Jack, if you're watching the chats there, Dad is doing really well, keeping some of his enemies in his rear view. Zino, 5.8 seconds, or maybe 5.7 seconds, and now 5.8 again. A monstrous display here from the Dutchman. And we've got Binko and Guesty in second and third for VRC. Langstrow is catching up there to Guesty, who is running very low on fuel, and with some mega saving, he might make it round one more time, but I think he's going to fall prey to our resident alien. Langstrow, of course, driving things much larger than cars, as his daily profession. There are definitely no brakes on this train as he heads through the centre S's, right to the back of Guesty now, only attempting it, and I think we'll watch on board from the inside of Lancaster as he goes right on the outside of Guesty. Guesty will push as hard as he can, but with very minimal fuel to deal with it. We'll check that rearview mirror, and that is where Guesty finds himself as Lancaster hits the brakes for the Silver Lana and wins P3, and what can only be described as an excellently managed race from ART Lancaster, making up a lot of time, crucially in those pit stops. We'll slide back a little way though, as we see Skyjacker, Beardy in the sixth there, Rise Badgino on the heels of Racer Brown, so it looks like Beardy did get past him eventually, but can Rise Badgino make a last lap move here on Racer Brown? We'll jump on board with him there, as he is currently sat behind those 4 red lights from the GTR. There, Brian Hampton, little nudge on the brakes there to keep himself distant from the GTR. Are we going to see another Albon Hamilton move? No, fortunately not. But has he got the fuel to push Racer Brown up the hill and get past him? You can see a much better line there from Ryan Bad. Here comes Luke on the inside, no contact there, keeps him honest to the right hand side, and Ryan Bad, takes that place for P7. But Racer Brown is not finished. There he is up the inside. Zeno has taken the win. I'm sorry, Zeno, I've not seen that at all. Well done, Zeno, there. We've got RS Binko in second place. We've got drivers side by side. A better jump here, I think. As we've got Beardy. Oh no, he's ahead of Skyjack, I apologise. So Beardy's fourth. We've got there Skyjack, I think, has run out of fuel. Cuzzy takes him on the line for P5. Skyjack and Racer Brown in 6th and 7th. Guesty in 8th has also run out of fuel. And another double overtake by the Amigos. Ranger and Simo get past Guesty on the line for 9th and 10th. Richard Blasphemy has just gotten past Timpro on the last lap. Gutted for Timpro. Blasphemy will take 11th place. Timpro will take 12th. And at the back of the field is VRC Koikar. So I do apologise for the interruption. I will have to head off very briefly. I have to make a phone call to my granddad. But I will leave you with the results screen. Of course, tell me in the comments, in one word, describe that race. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on, who you're rooting for. One comment, what was that race like? Because I will put incredible, and there's still more yet to come. Don't go anywhere. Apologies for the wait there. Thank you very much, guys, for bearing with me. Unfortunately, I'm not getting an answer on the phone, so I'll have to try again later. But in the meantime, what a race we've had there. So some amazing battles there from drivers on both sides of the fence there, from the Amigos and from virtual racers. We'll have a quick rundown through the results there one more time. So we have Zino in first place there, RS Binko taking the podium spot for the VRC guys as well. We've then got Lankster, Beardy and Ryan taking third, fourth and fifth respectively, following I think Racer Brown and Skyjacker. I think Skyjacker was just a little bit slower, but Racer Brown they run out of fuel on the line, one of the two, remind me which. And then Ranger and Simo taking advantage of Gesty, who also just about ran out of fuel on the line there, for 7th down to 8th down to 10th. Blasphemy managed to get back past Tim Pro on the last lap there for 11th and 12th. And Koi Carp finishing in 13th place. Unfortunately, we lost a homeless alien through disconnection. But homesick alien, sorry. But I believe he's back for race 2. You can see here we are at Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa for the second event. This time the drivers will be racing the Group 3 machinery from their chosen manufacturers. So we'll see the Nissan GTR again. This time the rear-wheel drive only version, and it will be taken to the track against the Aston Martin V12 Vantage for the Amigos racing team. We check back in with the comments there. We've got there, what a finish, Cuzzy. The ART drivers pushing half of the checkered flag. Great driving from Tim. Good strategy from Lankster, it seems. The Terminator Lay says that Skynet approves of this awesome race, which is always handy. Know that the apocalypse has been put off for a little while yet. Jovo saying, what a race. And Scott McDowell saying, great race, everyone. That was a fantastic race. Really good sportsmanship, racecraft, and talent from across the board. I'm not really one to say, I think, who was the winning team in that one, but I'm sure we'll get the results of those in due course. As we said earlier, if you want to follow the Virtual Racers Club community, maybe talk about their leagues and watch some of their series and streams, the link to their YouTube channel I provided for you in the description of the video, as well as the link to the Amigos Racing Team Discord, where we would love for you to get on board with us in a range of special events and leagues that we run for drivers of all nationalities, all abilities. Now, whether you're a beginner driver looking to improve, maybe you've just picked up a wheel and you want to get involved in sim racing more seriously, we've got something for you. Or if you've been playing since the Gran Turismos of old and maybe even do a bit of real life racing yourself, there's something there for you as well. And of course, as a community, we are super excited for the race of Gran Turismo 7, where I myself will be hosting a league, I think the week after it comes out. The points are just in, and I believe it says here, we're counting down from P1 16 points to last place being at 1 point. The points are currently Amigos on 77 points, with VRC on 53 points. So really a couple of drives at the back of the grid could shift the scores either way, it seems. But for the time being, the Amigos are on top with a 24-point advantage. But of course, we know in the world of racing, we've seen the Formula 1 Championship this year, when it's all to play for, it is all to play for. So you can see here, we're going to use the reverse grid from the previous event. So we'll see, I think maybe more of the Amigos starting this race from the rear, as they seem to be at the front of the last race. But of course, the difference in the start really being that the Aston Martin, naturally aspirated, generally has a very good launch off the line, whereas the GTR with the turbo seems to take a little bit of a moment to spool up, a little bit of delay, a little bit of turbo lag. And of course, we might even see the Amigos make up some positions before they even make it into turn 1. And again, tyre strategy will come into play as well here. The car's being a little bit lighter but the tyre modifier remaining the same. We'll have to see if this does cause a huge impact to the strategies, or we'll still see a couple of 1 and 2 stops on offer today. And we can also see that they're enabling the hard tyres. So maybe some people will consider the 1 stop if they feel it is a viable option. So I'm just going to drop the points for you in the comments, so you've got a visual indicator of what's to play for as we head into race 2. I believe again we'll be starting in just a few moments. Again, while he's here, why not inflate his ego a little bit more? We'll give you another shout out, ART Ranger. Thank you for sorting out another great event for the Amigos racing team with your contacts over at VRC. And let's see if you can bring it home again for race 2. Again, another lovely flurry there of orange and blue and white and grey to set off the grid here at Yamajiwa. So Homesick Alien will take pole position for the time being. I think I will jump just a little further down the grid. We'll jump on board, why not, with ART Ranger as he is ready for the start lights. Let's see how Aston Martin gets off the line. A little bit of traction control to help him. He's picked the soft tyres. You can already see there, look, a much better launch there from Simo and Ranger. And I think Timpro might have been up the inside of turn 1, but he's been blocked off there by Koikart. And a little bit of door bagging there between the front two. We've shuffled forward very quickly there. Simo up into P5. Timpro still in third, but I think Simo's given a bump draft to Digital Blasphemy, who's got the inside of P3, but he's got Homesick Alien on the inside. Could be a little bit collision there. Timpro forced out wide. He's now lost the place there. Simo and Guesty is now on the grass. It's getting very messy there. And you can see there around the outside goes Racer Brown. Is their move around the outside available? Oh, Timpro's very late on the brakes there. That's not quite what we want to see. But of course, everyone's jostling for position on the cold tyres there. As all the drivers are swerving across the road like mad. Goodness me. Let's hope they make it down at the braking zone here in one piece. There's some late dive bombs going on the inside there. Almost 3 wide there. If you look here, Skyjack and Zeno and Racer Brown. There's someone got off, and Ryan is bad, and Digital Blasphemy in the grass again. He's having a really, really tough night. Let's see if we can find out what's happened there. Jumping on board there with Ryan is bad. Let's see exactly what's happened here. So I think there were 3 wide at one point there. Zeno hasn't seen Ryan. Zeno, Skyjack and Racer Brown are all 3 wide. Ryan sees a chance there to get past, but Racer Brown is sideways, pushes Ryan off the track, and Digital Blasphemy is already there by the time he gets to it. Although I think Racer Brown did let him go to make amends. And again, VRC, courteous driver, we can only respect and commend you for that. After a messy lap 1 then, I think once again finds Digital Blasphemy at the back of the pack. It's not been his day today. We have a VRC 1-2, Koikarp and Homesick Alien in first and second respectively. Zeno does not care for that though. From the back of the pack to P3 in 1 lap, he is on the warpath. We've got ART Beardy in 4th place, Skyjacker right behind him in 5th, Ranger in 6th. We've then got another 2 VRC boys in Getty and Binko. It's a very sliding, or Binko, sorry, getting on the grass, hitting the wall. Is Langston going to have a run around the outside? Let's have a look with a bump from Timpro. See, Langston going to go for that late cutback with Binko's dirty tyres. Let's see, he's going to hit 5th early, try and avoid the wash outside there, but no dice there. Langston again short shifting, so maybe we're looking at another 1-stop race here from him. No dice there. Binko's still very quick, a little bit of dust there, but of course, as long as they're within the track limits, we haven't got any issues with those. We shuffle forward those. Ranger's getting hassled by Guesty. I don't know if that's a little bit of a bump there, but let's see, Ranger does make the apex. Guesty really is trying to get him a move on, but no dice there. Zeno up into P2, having got past Homesick Alien. And we'll see there as he makes his hunt on Koikart. You see, really closing the gap with each corner and each straightaway, making a very late 50 apex there to give him a huge push down the home straight, and now he is only 5/10 down. As we scroll back down the pack, we've got, I think, a Skyjacker making way there as a Beardy looks from we've got the inside of Homesick Alien. Is he going to make it stick into turn one? They are still side by side, but Homesick Alien is still on the outside. Beardy's got to keep it tight to the inside, and he will push through on the inside for P3. Has Homesick Alien got a car whip to the side? He does not, and he cedes the place. Fair play, but good off-cheated driving there from Beardy, who will jump forward one more time though. Is Zino still hunting down Toy Carp as we look to our left there, trying to go around the outside. Oh my goodness. Through the window 1 minute, through the mirror the next. Great driving from Zino, but he's going in the rear view mirror. We're stick here just for a second. Is there a move back from Toy Carp? He's looking on the inside just to get these mirrors in his head, but Zino is better than that. Let's have another look at that phenomenal move. So playing around the outside and shuts the door in for good measure. You could not ask for much else. Amazing driving there from ART Zino. And now with a 1.2 second lead, he needs to make hay. Caught up in second, made the undercut from Beardy very soon. We've got Homesick Alien in 4th place, dropping out of the lead. Skyjacker in 5th, Ranger in 6th, and then we've got Binko sandwiched between him and Ryan is bad. We'll jump on board with Ryan is bad if there's anywhere through as they head towards the home straight. Ryan might leave it for the time being and go for the slipstream. Binko has left the door open, Ryan has a peek. Binko gives him the space. We've got their overfire. Oh my god, Zino, what a move. If that's we've got to need another Amigos of the Week compilation for that move, please. These boys, I think it's you and you're watching. Let's get to it, please. Right, Bado pushing really hard. We can see he's on the super soft tyres, so he really does want to get past his GTR. But that GTR has a notably wider bum than I do. So we'll have to see how easy he makes it as they make their way through the S's at Yamagiwa. Still not got a chance to get past him. We'll slide back in the meantime. And Simo, Racer Brown, Langster still on his tail, but with a quarter tank of fuel. God, I'm not sure we're going to get the 2-stop for Langster today. Maybe just the one. It's definitely not going to be a no-stop for that. That's going to be much too difficult, I think. Simpro there in 12th place. We've got Digital Blasphemy in 13th, and Guesty at the back of the pack. I'm not too sure what's happened to him then. Maybe an off when I was looking at Zeno's crazy fight with Toycarp. You can see that he's got some damage on the front, so maybe he's had a visit to Cousin Barry. But in the meantime, he will find himself at the back of the pack for the time being. We'll scroll back through, just see how this midfield back is going, and we'll jump aboard there with Simo. We can see Ryan is bad, still trying to get past Binko there, but to no avail. He's now up the inside, maybe he's done with waiting, he needs to get past and get the Ranger slipstream. He's on the inside, very tight to that right-hand curve, and finds himself in P7, and crucially in the slipstream of another Amigo. In the meantime, I'm scrolling back through there. Toycarp is side with Homesick Aliens, maybe a bad exit out of the last corner. Alien will let Corsic go, maybe they both let each other go there. That's going to cost them both in terms of Beardy, possibly. So some team play there from the VRC guys, maybe being a bit too gentlemanly to each other. It's costing some time to the leaders, we'll have to see. We've got 2 Amigos, 3 VRCs, and then we've got Ranger and Fuzzy finally getting past Binko there. And it's like Ranger's already trying to make a move here on VRC Skyjacker. Ryan's bad on the inside though. Skyjacker really holding them up there. Ryan has nowhere to go. We'll take Ranger on the inside for P6, but can get Skyjacker on the way out. Binko right behind Ranger there, have a quick peek. Ranger there short shifting, there trying to save some fuel as well. Ryan is bad, trying to look past Skyjacker, but no dice. A bit of dodgy intercept there, and 2 drivers off in the grass. A bit of a strange rejoin there from Ryan, and it looks like Skyjacker is in the wall with damage. What exactly has happened here? Some very strange connection work there from some of our drivers. Let's have a quick look one more time. So Skyjacker, I think he's maybe a little bit late in the brakes, but I think there was a bump there from Ryan is bad. Skyjacker makes it back onto the track, but another bump there from maybe Ryan and Binko puts him into the wall. That's the last thing we would like to see. Putting him down to 13th place in the dirty tyres. You see him there struggling for traction on the exit of the hairpin. Of course, maybe some words to be said in the chat, or maybe some messages in the Discord, but at least from my end, that seemed like very just bad netcode and unfortunate there. As a Racer Brown now finds himself off in the grass. What's happened to Racer Brown? Let's have a look. Seems to take a decent line up into the long right-hander. Just puts his foot down, gets the car oversteering, power slide, and into the dirt. 3 Amigos will say thank you very much. Muchas gracias. And for the time being, it looks like it could be another dominating performance by the Amigos, unless some bad fortune should befall them instead. One man not experiencing any bad fortune, though, is this one, ART Zino, with a 5.6-second lead over his next contender, who is only his teammate, ART Beardy. He has got the homesick alien on him, though, just about a second behind, and Beardy getting very sideways out of that corner there. I wish we could have some slow-mo replays instead, you know, like they do in the Formula 1 coverage. So we've got homesick alien there in P3. Just behind him there is Toy Cup in 4th place, and now we've got a quad of Amigos there. Ranger, Simo, Ryan and Langster make that a quintet as Timpo follows them through in P9. And then at the back you have Binko, Racer Brown, as looks like maybe Racer Brown's going to try and get a move running outside of Binko here. Have a quick look at these two guys. Maybe it's just a better line. We're going to see some team play. I'm not too sure about that one, maybe not. And we've got just coming back the shot there, Digital Blasphemy in 12th, Guesty in 13th, and Skyjacker bringing up the rear. So not the best race this time for the VRC guys. We'll have to see if they can pull it out in the next set of laps. We are a quarter of the way through there. Skyjacker getting really out of shape again. These GTRs are very oversteery when you put your foot down. A lot of torque, not much tire to put it down with. So one more time. We've got ART Zino leading us through the 25% point of our race here. 6.7 seconds up on ART Verdi. In 3rd place there we have Homesick Alien. Just catching up there to Beardy. I thought I might run a bit dodgy there. We've got Homesick Alien on the very tail there, on the tailcoats of Beardy. They're a little bit of a slip there, cost him a couple of hundredths. Heading up the hill. We'll run aboard there with the Homesick Alien, see if he's got any more inroads to make on him. Looks like not, and he's just going to fight the slipstream unless there's a good run through this corner. And looks like no dice for the time being. So he will lose some more time to Beardy there as he stays in 3rd place. Koi Carp down in 4th place. And we've got again our 4 Amigos here chasing him down. It looks like Timpo, I think, was on the back of that train that has fallen off somewhere. A Racer Brown finds off in P9 there. Timpo in 10th with RS Binko hot on his heels. Will jump on with Binko as he tries to get the slipstream off of that Aston Martin. We can see there, I think, both guys may well be short shifting down the straight there. Binko especially so. What's happened there? Very strange, Timpo gone all the way off. I've got no idea what's happened there. Let me have another look. We're right on board there with Timpo. We see there, he's got Binko right behind him. And maybe there's just a bit of extra slipstream against some more strange netcode. Definitely caught Timpo off guard with those warm soft tyres. Who's gone off onto the outside of the corner. And finds himself down 11th. So, Gran Turismo, get yourself together, please. Blasphemy, they're down in 12th place still, and Skyjacker and Guesty bringing up the rear. I mean, it's hard to find the battles that are going on at the moment. It seems that a main one there, if it's not with Beardy and Alien, who are still duking it out for P2, will be these guys. The 4 Amigos on the back of Koi Carp. So, reminds me of a certain meme that I've seen on the internet with some rather large gentleman and a small lady. I'll leave you guys to find that one out for yourself in the meantime. But, I think this fish might well be in too deep as the Amigos chase him down. He has got a sea of blue behind him, and we know it's the fish's natural habitat, but you can see them swarming the back of this Koi Carp. A rare and beautiful species he is, but in P4 he may not be for much longer. Zino and Beardy hit the pits there, 30% fuel. Ryan is bad, and Simo follow them in, so this will relinquish Koi Carp into 2nd place. and Homesick Alien into the lead. But in the meantime, if we put Ranger, our curator of the event this evening, in P3, Lancaster, our resident alien, in P4. As we know, it tends to go for a more conservative strategy. We might well see him make some gains on the drivers in the pits as well. Racer Brown there in P5. I can even smell the annoyance on Lancaster. They're trying to get past Ranger. Just weaving, but no avail there. Racer Brown hunts them down in 5th. Binko in 6th place. Blasphemy is in 7th, yet to pit, but Zino is only 2 seconds behind. With a full tank of fuel and some fresh mediums, he is probably going the long run now. We've now got Skyjacker up to P9. We have Beardy in P10, Ryan is Badger in P11th, and Simo in 12th. So those two inseparable when they went into the pits, and inseparable coming back out. Timpro in 13th, I made his pit stop as well, and guessed it at the rear of the pack for the time being. Let's see where this battle's going. I think it might be with Ranger here, and it is indeed. We'll jump aboard with Ranger as he looks up the back of Koi Carp's car, heading down towards the second to last corner. He is right on him there, as is Lancaster, I believe. And I think Racer Brown is just about joining this fight as well. So we'll sit with Racer Brown. Ranger up the inside of Koi Carp, up into P2. Make sure he leaves his space on the outside. Again, this GTI getting very oversteery on the exit. Koi Carp thinks he's had enough. That fish is out of a barrel, and he will be in the pit lane for his presumably one stop of the race, I think. Ranger running very wide though there, unless he's allowing Lancaster to cut the inside and maybe try and relinquish him into second place while hiding up Racer Brown. But Racer Brown has just nudged him off into the dirt there. Have another look at that one. Let's see, is really anywhere for Ranger to go there? We'll jump on with Ranger. We know you see that his soft tyres are very worn. He's in the home to modulate the throttle, try that Lancaster through. He's back on the power. He's on the track, but there's definitely contact there from Racer Brown. And if I were Ranger, I would be very unpleased with the result of that one. So we'll have to follow that one up later, I think. Of course, we don't normally give out penalties until after the race and the replays have been saved. But I would not be happy with that one myself. That would definitely get a thorough investigation. Just hope it's not Michael Massey at the reins, eh? Because we went kart racing. So our running order for the time being, including those who haven't stopped yet, will be Homesick Alien in P1, who is 7 seconds up on Lancaster here in second place. Racer Brown in third, following a dubious incident with Ranger, who still, having despite that, only finds himself just behind Binko in P4, so not much lost in the grand scheme of things. Is there another bit of contact there? No, I don't think so. I think it should be another dodgy internet lag there. You see, he's going to come into the pits now. Ranger is staying out, maybe trying to stay with Binko and keep that slipstream. So Ranger will stay with him into P4 and 5. Is there a move on for Ranger? He is late in the race. He's looking down the inside. I'm sure he's a little bit aggrieved for that move, but he will make it clean on Binko, I'm sure, with nothing wrong against this driver. Binko, though, nudging the grass there, almost second out, but keeps it straight to keep P4. Ranger in fifth there. Racer Brown is falling off the back of Lancaster. So I think his tyres are definitely feeling worse for wear. We jump back then. Zino has gotten past Blasphemy there and ekes out a 1 second gap. So Zino is our provisional race leader. Blasphemy there in second, in 7th place, and still yet to hit. As is Skyjacker in 8th. Beardy though 3.6 seconds behind and hopefully gaining as he comes out of this last corner. We'll see him as he goes in the background there. He's getting ever so slightly, but of course a pit stop over Skyjacker should see him ahead in no time. Koi Carp there in 10th place, and Ryan's badge, hunting him down in P11 there. He's definitely pulled away from Simo, who's not had the best races coming on today. He finds himself down there in P12 still, but of course again, I think maybe the front 4 or so are still, maybe front 5 are still yet to hit the pit. Timpro in P13 there, with a healthy 5 second gap over Guesty in 14th. Let's see, is anyone going to hit the pits now? Not yet. Homesick Alien still in the lead there, pushing hard, 7 seconds up on Lancaster, still eking his gap out to Racer Brown and Binko. Blasphemy now hits the pits. Binko has eked away from Ranger a little bit more. Maybe Ranger knows this is the time he shouldn't come into the pits. Those soft tyres you see in the bottom left of your screen are looking fairly warm, particularly those right side tyres with so many high-speed left-handers here at Yamagiwa. Of course, mentioning that turn 1, and of course this very long left-hander here. Must be really careful. Drop into 4th gear to rotate that car through the corner and back out again. A little bit of traction control to help him, I think, using all the exit curve as he should do. Let's run the ball with Ranger one more time with your heads down through the Triple S here at the bottom of the hill at Yamagiwa. See there, avoiding the dirt. You can see some of the time marks there, guys, been a little bit more liberal with the grass, extending that rate to try and straighten up the triple chicane. The Ranger keeping off it, I'm sure, knowing that those tyres don't need any grass, they need to be nurtured into the pit lane. So we'll jump outside quickly and see as they head round there. And you can see there's on the Delta Zino, he's only 2 seconds off, so he's done extremely well to make up a 13-second gap with a pit stop. He's on fire this evening. No one pity for the time being. I don't think Lankster's staying out for a little bit longer, trying to run that fuel down there. Maybe give himself a lighter car with some soft tyres. Racer Brown, though, his soft tyres are looking absolutely horrible on that right-hand side. I'm sure we can just imagine the tyre squeal in the cabin of that car as he wrestles it through turn 1. Less so for Binko on the mediums, who are putting up a much better fight there. And again, almost another second gap now out to Ranger on that last lap. So Ranger, I think, really needs to consider a pit stop here to try and undercut Binko before it is too late. Zeno still 2 seconds down, but our effective race leader again, having made all his pits, Wayne of Jimmy, his one and only pit stop, following Ranger through the long left-hander of turn 5. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, turn 6. Yeah, no loads to count, Squid. We've got Skyjacker here in P7, again, yet to pit, but he's got Beardy 1.6, 1.5 behind him. There is Beardy just coming through here in the back of the shot. We'll see how this looks from Skyjacker's point of view. Beardy really closing up in the braking zones as well, with much fresher rubber, much more grip to stomp on that brake pedal. He's taken 3 tenths out of him before they even get up the hill, another tenth as they climb the hill there. Let's look again. We got here Skyjacker braking just as that rumble strip comes in with Beardy, leaving it very late. Another tenth taken out of him, and another one through the corner. Only 9 tenths now. We can see here Skyjacker really starting to struggle on these warm medium tyres. Has to take it easy through his corner, but Beardy a lot more aggressive. You see the car leap off the rumble strip there. Racer Brown in the pits with 6% fuel. You might want to see Skyjacker jump in the pits now. Ranger in the pits with 7% fuel. Missing the apex slightly. Beardy almost roaring through that corner. But Skyjacker will not pit. Maybe he's going to have to try and do some Mexican defending against Beardy. But of course, if there's any fighting on Skyjacker and Beardy, Ryan is bad, you know, will be eating that up for breakfast. He will love to see some skirmishing and some free time for him. One man who's gone a very long way though, Homesick Alien, who unfortunately disconnected from our first race, still slugging it out in the GTR in P1 for the VRC drivers here. Lankster though has taken some time out of him. I think last time we checked in it was about 7 point something seconds, and it's now just falling under 6. We can see as well Alien is starting to dip into that last, I think, 10% or so of fuel, so he might be considering a stop now, if not the next lap. Those medium tyres have definitely got some life left in them yet, but will the fuel last? We'll see in the next 20 seconds or so what he chooses to do. He's gained a little bit extra time to Lankster heading through that S complex. You might just see him in the back of our shot now. There he is in the blue Aston Martin, taking some time back out of Homesick Alien. Let's see there, is it time for ET to go home? It is indeed. Off he goes into the pit lane. Lankster, I think, may well follow suit. And not much extra fuel, so these two guys really trying to eke out what little they have left in their cars. Binko drops into the pits. Zino will resume the race lead. So I think we'll really have to look out for Skyjacker and Beardy as they make their way through the last corner. Is anyone going to leave in the pits by the time they get to the exit? No, Skyjacker takes the pits. Beardy will be up into P2 for the time being. Ryan Banchino just behind in P3. Homesick Alien leaving the pit lane now. Let's see, he is on a set of soft tyres with almost full tank of fuel, and he's got Binko behind him for company as well. So I believe this is more or less everybody having made their stops. We will run through the grid in just a moment, see is there any more battling going on as we go through the pack. We've got Simo and Langster here. Simo, I'm sure we'll let Langster through at some point soon, knowing he's on a different strategy. But I think that will be all on conflict and battling. Well, pit stops made. I say, well, I conflict battling. Here comes Racer Brown, roaring up on the back of Tim Pro, jumping with Racer Brown. Of course, maybe a bit of a concerning move there on Ranger earlier. I'm going to have another look at that one, I think, see if there's any contact made on Tim Pro. Tim Pro ran very wide there. Those mediums definitely have seen better days, but I'm not sure that was entirely natural. Let's jump back on board there with Racer Brown. Let's see if there's anything out of the ordinary happening here. Let's have a look. Tim Pro, no, it seems maybe I need some net code, maybe just late on the brakes from Tim Pro, but at least for Racer Brown he can be happy with that move. So he takes P9 from Tim Pro. So our running order, with I believe everybody having made their pit stops for this evening, is ART Zino storming away with a 14.5-second lead over Ryan is bad, in P2. We've then got Beardy bringing up a trio of Amigos, or I should say the Tres Amigos, I'm sure, as Homesick Alien takes fourth place. Binko jumping into the pits again, so changing tyres, but I suppose maybe having clicked out of the fuel by accident. A real throw of a race for Binko there, and I feel for it because I've done it myself, and it's heart-wrenching. It's absolutely awful. So we've got Beardy in third then, Homesick Alien in fourth, Langster will be chasing him down in fifth, but he's got Koi Kart for company in P6. Let's see how these two are doing. Koi Kart though with much less fuel and some more medium tyres, and maybe all he's hit on, I suppose, is just to distract Langster as he runs a little bit wide of the apex. Both of them do. I think Koi Kart will have to let go at some point soon. He does not have the fuel to finish this race, and I don't think those mediums will take much more of a beating either. Trying to get a cork in the bottom there, but Langster's now taking another second out of him, and I think that's put paid to that fight. Maybe Simo might get him before he jumps into the pits. He's only a second behind him as well. But Simo will also have to make a pit stop at some point soon, it looks like. As both these drivers in 6 and 7 have a fairly comparable fuel. Simo though not doing as well on his tyres, and this could bite him in the race. If they do have to stick it out, it will be a very long stint if they want to go on these medium tyres. Simo there using almost all the grass, let alone the rumble strip, to catch up to Koi Kart. To no avail it seems, although he's going to have a very tight line through the last corner. Can he get some slipstream? He's taking the 10th out of him, it looks like, through there, but not enough for some only suck, as I'm sure we know it. Racer Brown in 8th and Guesty 9th. Ranger and Tim Pro teaming up there in 10th, 11th place. There's Digital Blasphemy in the back of your shot there in 12th. Binko has recovered with that fuel for 13th, and there is Skyjacker at the rear in 14th place. Let's jump back, I think it's up to 7th and 6th, where we saw Simo and Koi Kart battling it out. Simo's not done so well there against Koi Kart, but he has got Racer Brown behind him, who I believe has stopped. So we'll jump on with Racer Brown and see if we can close down on Simo to head through the long left-handing, a much later apex, much more momentum, and Simo almost falls off the road, giving that position to Racer Brown. Perhaps a brown flag moment there for the ART driver. He finds himself down in 8th. We'll have a quick look further up the field though, and see how Ryan and the Homesick Alien are doing. Ryan is 1.4 seconds up on Homesick Alien. We're not too sure though. I think Ryan might have to come in for a second stop. He's not doing so well on the tyres. When I say second stop, I believe he stopped. So of course my memory is absolutely full of holes in these races, but we'll have to have a look there. Homesick Alien, of course, we know stopped as he went the longest in the lead, so he will be good for the rest of this race. Maybe Ryan will have to play his part in holding up the Alien for some of the guys behind him, namely Beardy, I think, might have to stop again, but Langster, we know, will go to the end, has made his stop, and Simo does decide to get up the ghost there and head into the pits. Koikart letting Racer Brown through. So maybe some communication there, some team orders, knowing he's on a different strategy. Guesty in 8th place there. Ranger down in 9th, Timpo in 10th, Binko in 11th, Skyjacker 12th, Blasphemy right on his heels in 13th, and Simo still in the pits, having to adjust his strategy, I think, at some soft tyres and 3/4 tank of fuel, which should see him to the end of the race. So we may well see some drivers coming in for a second pit stop, it seems. Let's have a quick look at the track, see if we can find any more fighters. I don't think we can, but I don't think Dinka Blasphemy's going to want to sit behind Skyjacker for much longer. We can see that he's got a fair bit of a lighter car, I think. Those medium tyres aren't going to be as hefty through the corners, though. Oh, that's the very edge of that red and white rumble strip there. This kind of looks like the back of the fourth third. Looks like Homesick Alien has been overtaken by Ryan Isbad. Have I missed that one? I've definitely missed that one. Fair enough. So Ryan Isbad, up into P2. Zino jumps into pits one more time. So medium tyres, almost out of fuel there. So he's going to go for a second stop to clear. A more aggressive strategy on offer today. Ryan Isbad, jumps into the pits. So Homesick Alien will retake the lead. Beardy will jump into the pits as well. So Lankster will take effective P2 for the time being. But again, as we know in these comments, we know Lankster is much keener on the going long strategy. Zeno coming out of the pits there with, I believe, some super soft tyres. He does indeed, and with about a quarter of the race left, those super softs should comfortably make the end. The question is, can Baron Zimmo, I'm all going to my Marvel characters now, can Zeno make his way up into the top spot one more time? Goodness me, I think if we had a subscriber every time I've said Sino and Zimmo, we probably have about 1,000 already. So we've got Racer Brown trying to hunt down Zeno there, but I think on super soft tyres, I'm not sure that fight's going to last much longer. He finds himself in P4 there. Koikart about to head down the hill in 4th place, but he will have to pit soon. You see there, he's very low on fuel indeed. And I think the last thing his VRC guys want is another driver running out on the racetrack. He's dangerously low there. Guesty in P6. We've got Ranger in 7th with a 3.8 second gap there to Binko in 8th. Ryan's badge, fresh out the pits, also on super soft tyres, chasing down Binko on a fairly worn set of soft tyres. Let's see how Ryan does up against the GTR here. Managing that throttle there. The GTR getting a little bit slippery, but the Aston is very planted as he heads into the right-hander, and now the penultimate corner. Binko missing the apex there. Ryan is bad, taking up the outside line. Binko on the grass. I think Binko there, if I look rightly, is just going to let him go. I think maybe a little bit of a scare with a semi-dive bomb, but I think he knows that one is gone. I have to settle for some slipstream down the straight instead. Koikart pitting with 1% fuel, so he really was running it to the limit, it seems. We've got Skyjacker there in 10th, trying to get past Beardy, and looking at the outside, but Beardy says not today. And Beardy will keep P9 there. Mad Leaf again saying Zimmo on fire. He's doing very well indeed. We'll check back in with him in just a second. As we can see, he just got ahead. How's this battle getting on between Big Cat and Ryan? And now already half second away. Ryan just maybe going for that later apex, a double apex instead. See if that pushes him away from Binko. Maybe slightly, but Binko will still be in the slipstream. We'll push forward there to Ranger as he tries to hunt down Guesty. Very stable there from Ranger. Maybe a little bit, maybe too wide on that left-hander. Sacrifice his run up the hill ever so slightly. But I think Guesty will be looking in his rear view mirror now as he sees Ranger heading towards this tight left-hander. Mama Homesick saying, go for it, Homesick. We got that Homesick aim to bring it home indeed. But he's going to really have to be on his bike, I think, this alien, if he wants to keep that win. We'll check in with him in just a moment as we see Ranger is right at the back of Guesty there. I'm going to jump right on board to him one more time as we focus on that last corner. A late apex from Ranger on the throttle, but not quite the traction he was looking for. He's still in the slipstream of Guesty, but half a second back is not close enough to make a move. If we look back quickly, Ryan is bad. I think he's right in his diffuser there, going for some slipstream. And I think Ranger's going to let him go. Ryan's bad, going very deep there into that corner. think Ranger's going to have to sit back and let Ryan have a go at Guesty instead. But of course, he needs to be careful of Binko. Any mistakes, and they will be in the trash, collected by the Binko. Let's jump on with Ryan, his badge, instead. He goes for a quick move around the outside there. Is Guesty going to cover it off? He's not. Ryan's badge, is around the outside. Is it a clean sweep around the outside? Yes, it is. Is Ranger going to take him as well? It's a little bit of tyre banging, but not today. Ranger, though, still looking for the outside. Very aggressive, though. It's bringing Binko into the fight, though. We'll jump on with Binko. He's looking to the inside of Ranger. It's a late move, but he does make it stick. Will he collect Guesty, though? No, he won't. Ranger, though, keeps his foot planted and takes that place straight back from Binko. Excellent driving from Ranger. Let's have another look there. And so we can jump aboard with Ranger there. Can we see? We'll get on the outside camera there. Binko, fair play. Move on the left there, but compromises his line. Ranger sticks around the outside with better tyres. Maybe a little bit of a bump there. I'm not too sure if we can count that one as rubbing his racing. But I think Ranger has definitely seen harsher contact than that tonight. He's going around the outside of Guesty as well. It's going to be another crazy move by Ranger. We'll have to see. Holds it around the outside, still pushing. We know that GTR gets squirrely, and Guesty will have to be gentle on the throttle, but he's still in that slipstream. A tenth and a half as they head over the timing line. Guesty's in the middle of the road. Ranger looking to the outside. Oh, this is going to be very bold if he makes it. He is around the outside. Can he make it stick, though? Guesty is still there. Ranger will have the momentum, but he's not going to have the line, and Binko is again on the inside, but will let Ranger go as they single file through the S's. Ranger trying everything he can to get past Guesty. This is some phenomenal racing, and more importantly, some very clean racing by all three drivers involved. Binko looking at the inside of both drivers. Guesty lets Binko go. Ranger around the inside, but can he get Binko? Binko is going to keep P6, but Ranger, I think, is going to try and copy Binko's move from the previous lap. Let's see if he can get the inside of Binko. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the grunt. Very low down in 6th gears, not enough torque to push him down the hill. Binko takes 6th, Ranger in 7th, Guesty 8th, but very low on fuel. I think Guesty has done his job, trying to hold up the Amigos as much as he can. I think we'll see Beardy get past on the inside there. Guesty tries to cover the line, but Beardy is already there, I think, and he takes 8th place. Must say, though, hands up to Guesty. Some very, very good defensive driving from him there. I think a certain Mexican Formula 1 driver might be offering his autograph sometime soon. Let's look back at the front though and see how Homesick Alien is getting on. He's only 3.8 seconds away from Zino. He's only got 4.5 minutes to make it home, but we know that Zino will push like mad if need be. If we look at the bottom left there at the telemetry, we can see a fairly worn set of right-hand side tyres for the Alien and just over a quarter tank of fuel. Meanwhile, Zino on the super soft tyres, comparable fuel, slightly comparable tyres. So really, this is Zino's race to lose. We know the super soft can be maybe about half a second faster a lap each lap, and with about only 3 laps to go, I might say, there's every chance that Homesick Alien could fall prey to Zino in the dying embers of the race, but we will have to see. In the meantime, we'll get back to P3. Another excellent drive from Langster from the near back of the grid as well. Excellent strategy, managed race up into the podium places one more time. Racer Brown in 4th place again. Might have to have a discussion about the incident. I think it was him and Ranger earlier. Of course, maybe someone else I've forgotten. Have to remind me in the comments, but of course, a good drive for him nonetheless. But Ryan is bad there in P5, having got past Binko and Guesty. Finally, Binko here in P6 with some very worn tyres. I'm doing the race order now, Brad. Goodness me. Beardy here in 7th place, trying to chase down Binko on the super soft tyres, and hopefully bringing Ranger along for the ride down in P8. Skyjacker there in P9. Down in 10th there is Simos, again not been his race tonight either. You know, Simo, the box that he is, I think he's been pulling his punches tonight. He's got to get back in the gym and get back on Gran Turismo and get some practice in, I think, for him. This is not where he normally finds himself. We've got Koi Carp down in 11th place there. Guesty in 12th place. just topped up the fuel, I think, but he's got Tim Pro hot on his heels. A digital blasphemy pulls into the pits. Let's run the ball there with Tim Pro. Is he going to go around the outside? I don't think so. Guess he has a double break there with those extremely worn tyres. Tim Pro was pushing him through the exit of the corner there. 2-0 there, but I'm sure we're going to see Tim Pro make a move at some point soon. That's when they're down at the pits with third tank of fuel and super soft tyres. Guess he's trying to fend off Tim Pro. Have we got a crazy move around the outside in Tim Pro's back pocket? Let's have a look. He's going for it, and I think he's going to make it stick. That is an excellent move from ART Tim Pro to take P12. Who says he can't get good racing at the back of the pack? Let's have another look at that one more time. Tim Pro right in the back of Guesty there. Guesty pushing him as wide as he can. Tim Pro almost on the grass at this point, but holds it around the outside, and with those much better tyres, a clean overtake for position at 12. Well done, Tim Pro. Recently added to the team, and we're glad to see it. Let's have a look at the front again. Let's see how Zino is doing. We've only got a minute left this race. This might well be the last lap. Zino has fought Homesick Alien by a second in this last stint, but I don't think he's going to have enough to take the race win. Homesick Alien from the back of the pack. He was at the front of the pack. He didn't make the last race, unfortunately. Had run a very good race, so credit where credit's due. Homesick Alien has really put the bits in here. It seems like he does have the fuel to make it to the end, so I doubt we'll see any drama in the last few corners as he takes it home for a win for VRC. In second, an excellent race from the back of the grid as he was, as was Lankster in P3. Racer Brown in 4th place, but here comes Cuzzy in 5th. He's got some super soft tyres on, and he's got a little bit more fuel to burn. I think this could be a deciding battle as they head through the last 3 corners. Cuzzy gaining 4/10 in that hairpin alone. We're going to have to see how they do. Zino is right on the back there of Homesick Alien, but Alien will take the win, it looks like. Zino in 2nd, Lankster in 3rd, but this is the battle we want to keep track of. Ryan is bad, going for that late apex. Racer Brown parks it solid, but Ryan's going to look for the inside line there. Now he's got his foot down, fuel to the end. Who has got the boost? Ryan is still in the slipstream. Racer Brown tries to dodge the inside. Here they are neck and neck, less than a tenth in it, but Racer Brown will take it from Ryan. Excellent battling at the end there. We've got Binko there in P6, Beardy in 7th, and Ranger just ahead of Skyjacker there in 9th. Ranger, is he going to run out of fuel on the line? No, he will be alright. Skyjacker in 9th. Simo getting a little bit wobbly on the exit there. He will come home in P10. As is Tim Pro in the background there, getting a bit wobbly. Here comes Koi Carp in 11th place. We've got Tim Pro there in 12th place. Guesty coming home with some brilliant defending there, but unfortunately no results in 13th. And lastly is Digital Blasphemy. Heard some rumours that Digital Blasphemy was hoping to not race if I was going to be the one on track. But if he's ended up last, at least he was safe. So our winner for the second race here is a Homesick Alien 77, starting from pole and ran a very well managed event. We'll put the race results on the screen for you again as we wait for Simo to provide me with the points. We'll do a nice big reveal on stream for you. So if you're happy to wait for just a few more minutes, we'll get the points to you in a moment. But again, some amazing racing here from both Amigos and from VRC. If you want to get involved with VRC, I've put their YouTube link in the description below. And if you want to get involved with the Amigos, I've put our Discord link in the description so you can get involved in our vast array of events and leagues. Lays saying it's superb, maximum effort, quality commentary, Squid. There's more adjectives out of that sentence than I get out of the kids that I teach. Thank you, Lays. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to commentate, especially for a community as fantastic as Amigos Racing Team. I want to say thank you to everyone that's commented. I'm just scrolling up from what I can see here, and I'm sorry if I miss you out. Urban Fire, Lays, Bradley, we've got Jeremy, Dexter, Madalif, Scott, Hockers, Ethan, Jovo, White Tiger Cole, Mike as well commented, Jack cheering on Tim Pro, and of course to all you guys as well, DMC Charles as well, and of course to everyone who joined us from VRC, so Turtle, I believe we had Mama Homesick as well, and anyone that I've missed, thank you all for joining and taking part in the stream. Please leave a like on it if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see some more amazing racing content, especially with Gran Turismo 7 coming out so soon. And Lankster in the comments there. Great racing by everyone. Superb performance indeed. A real privilege to watch. A real privilege to take part in, I'm sure. And it's saying results on the way. So hopefully Simo's going to slide into my Discord DMs. And we'll find out results for you shortly. Cheers, Turtle. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for sending us some amazing racing. And let's hope maybe we can have another rematch very soon. And again, thingamajig, if you're watching at home or if you're watching this later, please get better soon. I would love to have that co-commentary with you. It's just a shame you didn't reply to me when I asked you about it. But if you could get involved with us again at Amigos, we'd be more than happy to have you back. Jack Lewis saying, great overtake by Timper at the end. I could not agree more. I'd be super proud of Dad. Give him a high five when you see him. And Simo says he's going to do the results in a minute, I think. I think my highlight of the evening has to be, and again, that crazy overtake by Tim Pro at the end. That was fantastic. But some fantastic driving on display by everybody, it must be said. So please get involved in at least one of our communities. Hopefully ours. But obviously, whatever floats your boat. And again, thank you for sticking with us as we wait for the points to come in to the 12 of you, I believe, who are still with us now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, please, if you haven't done already, drop a like on the video. Leave some more comments, have a discussion how you think the race went. I mean, I would like to get your opinions as well on what happened between, I think it was Ranger and Racer Brown. A little bit of contact on the outside there. Was Ranger being a bit brave, holding it around the outside? Or could Racer Brown have given him the space? It's up to you guys. You decide for me. You're the judges. And the final scores. Virtual Racers Club with 114 points. Amigos Racing Team with 149 points. So our winners tonight are the Amigos Racing Team. We'll send a little comment for them all as well. If I can see what's behind the comment button there. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So well done to the Amigos for winning and a fantastic TV team event, and well done to VRC as well. We really appreciate you having you on tonight. Next time you want a rematch, come and get back to us. We'll be more than happy to have you on one more time. Zeno, thanks for commentating. Don't thank me, Zeno. Your racing has been amazing tonight. It's been a pleasure to watch, and we're really looking forward to racing you on track again as well. Lankster shouting his strategies to everyone during the race. We've got our team principal there. Who's on the radio at every corner, it seems. And I'll just put the points on the score here. It was 1.114. Yes, it was. So, one more time, Amigos Racing Team takes the win tonight with 149 points to Virtual Racers Club 114. There's been some amazing racing on tonight, so please share this with your friends and family, with your dog, with your cat, with the pigeons that are nesting in your loft, with the neighbours downstairs that are too loud for you. Let everybody know. And with that, I think we're going to bring the stream to a close. So thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, stay safe, and we hope to see you soon again here at Amigos Racing Team. Take care, guys. Have a nice evening.